Welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. As you can see, I haven't made a whole lot of progress on the Clear the Mountaintop Plateau project, and that's because it was just going so painfully slow. And also, I took a break from that to work on the powersuit some. Now, I have gotten to where all items have the energy shield. I'm still using the advanced battery instead of the elite battery because I haven't yet been able to make the HV capacitors needed. I do have a solar generator on the helmet, although I don't have the high efficiency one yet because, well, honestly, one thing I found was this computer chip. Let me go ahead and look at it in NEI. Okay, now it's not in there. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Alright, the computer chip. I had made the components. I had made the OV scanner and the advanced circuits and the gold cable, but the thing wouldn't craft. Then again, maybe it needs to have the OV scanner have the damage bar all the way up. I don't know. At this point, however, well, let's see, what else we got on here? I've got the sprint assist on the legs. I have the shock absorber on the feet, and that's pretty much about it at the moment. I need to get the cooling unit. I need the elite battery, and well, the elite battery for everything. And I think the thermal generator would be handy. And the jetpack. Now, the jetpack requires 4 of those ion thrusters. That's an ion thruster. This is all that it takes. I figured out I needed 6 ion thrusters. Got enough to make 3 of them right now. To make these force field emitters, need all of this. And I'm going to need a royal buttload of these solenoids to finish that up. And for that, I'm going to need tons of this wiring and so on. And frankly, it's going through my resources really fast. I have so far put maybe 6 or 7 stacks worth of iron into this armor so far, and probably almost as much copper, and a pretty good amount, a stack or 2 of gold. And it still needs a lot more going on. So what I'm going to do, I am going to upgrade some stone gears to iron. Four of them get upgraded to gold. Let's see, where's my diamonds? Okay, and 2 of them get to be diamond gears, and I think you probably know where I'm going with this. Alright, I've had to put more chests in here, and I still don't have a lot of organization, except for this one here is wood and wood products. Everything else is just haphazard, throw stuff where it'll fit. And I've really got to change that, because it's driving me nuts. I can see myself spending a whole day just organizing my storage. Yes, I'm building a quarry. Because I'm tired of messing around here. Okay, I got my quarry, I got my lever, I got my landmarks. Let's see. Crescent hammer. Is this thing charged? Yes, it is. Alright. Now, let's head up topside. I'm going to get this quarry going and have it take care of leveling this plateau, with the advantage that I'll get to keep a lot of the resources. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to set up a crude filtering system. I'm going to set up a diamond pipe and all of the dirt, gravel, and cobblestone is going to go into the void, and I'll deal with keeping the other stuff. Let's see, this thing is down here. Let's go ahead. No, of course not. I'm not going to get, yeah, just break it. Alright. Okay, now let's go ahead and throw a block down here. Okay. Alright. Can we put a lever down on leaves? I'm betting we can't. No, of course not. Alright, we'll go ahead and get the rest of these things set up. And I'm going to have to quarry, mine this whole place out. And I'll take some time. I'll make up some Buildcraft pipes and some diamond pipe and a bunch more chests, set everything up, and like I said, I'll filter the bulk things like the cobble and the gravel and the dirt will go into the void, and then everything else will come over here into chests, and I'll deal with it later. And I'm going to have to sit and babysit this thing so that I can turn it off before it eats the base. Okay, get rid of the lever. Right click. We're good. Set down the quarry. Hello, kablang. That sounded like an anvil. Alright, I'm going to get my stuff together and get some pipes and chests made, and I'll be back. Alright, here we go. Got everything all set up. Got a void pipe in here, and the dirt, gravel, and cobble will go off to the void. Everything else will be routed out here to these chests, and I realize that's going to be kind of random at first, and it may stay random, I don't know. I'll go ahead and pop this conduit in here, and our laser dude is running and building our thing, frame. This will get done fairly quickly, and then it will start cutting this place down, and all I have to do is keep an eye on it and shut it down before it gets down quite far enough to eat the base. And that shouldn't be a problem. In the process, I'll get all this stuff cleared out, and I will gain some resources in the doing. And this zombie has that is just wrong. There's something in the union rules against that. I know there must be. Zombies are not allowed to use bows. That's just the way it is. That's just plain wrong. So that's what I'm going to be up to for a while, is just babysitting the quarry as it begins to do its thing. Get me some resources. I'm not going to quarry all the way down, obviously, because, as I said, it would eat the base if I did that. But I'm going to get this thing leveled off to where I want it to, and I'll see about quarrying in a more proper location another time. Say, for example, someplace in a Mistcraft age, perhaps, or maybe off somewhere in some corner of the twilight. We'll see. In the meanwhile, I'll catch you later. Alright, it's been a little while. As a matter of fact, it's been about 3 days since the last clip was recorded. And as you can see here, the digging job is done. And I've put in markers pretty much for where the outer wall is going to be, and that's going to be the main entrance. And I'm thinking out of the main entrance, have a path to come around to one side or the other, and eventually get down there to the bottom and connect up with those spawn roads in some way or another, and so on. The reason for my big delay here, I've had some computer troubles, I'm having hard drive troubles. It's dying. Exactly why, I can't begin to guess, but it is. And I've also had some severe internet problems that have been very frustrating. I've started throwing out chests out here to sort of sort stuff out by what mods they go in. Like, for example, all of the Certus Quartz stuff is going into an AE stuff chest, so that when I have enough Certus Quartz to actually start working on an AE system, I'm going to. There's regular ores and whatnot that I actually use, and this is what I've gotten processed so far that I haven't used yet. And ores that I know, but I don't need them yet. And then there's things like this, ores that I don't know the first thing of what to do with them. And one of the big ones is emery from E-Masher Resource. Now, I've looked up in NEI, and I've done a little bit of Google searching online and whatnot, and so far as I know, this stuff is used in the making of one machine. So far as I understand, that machine doesn't use the stuff to operate. You just use 6 pieces of emery to make the machine, a grinder. And there's not a clue what else it could possibly be used for that could possibly have any hope of explaining why there is so much of it in the world. I mean, this mountain is riddled with the stuff. It's all through the branch mine down below, and most of what you see in that chest there came from just clearing off these few levels to the top of the mountain. Really not good. It's excessive in the extreme, I'll put it that way. So anyway, this is where my main big build is going to be. This is my spawn house, as it were. And anywho, that nasty end to the clip was my computer's way of saying, don't record such long segments because I'm going to barf on you if you do. Everything locked up, FTB locked up, fraps locked up, and I ended up having to dump everything and restart the whole shooting match. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing shorter clips in hopes that that will make things possible to do, at least. And the next step in this project is not building here so much, because that's going to be an ongoing long-term thing. The next step is to get out of here and head off somewhere away from spawn so that I can set up a permanent base where I can put in machines and automation and such like and whatnot, so that I can get my automation stuff and auto crafting and so on going, and automatic storage. Facility that can handle the output of a quarry and produce the power necessary to run one. And so I'm going to cruise off this way a while and find a nice likely looking spot that's a few hundred blocks away from spawn and such that it won't be a problem in that regard, and then get started building up a setup where I can have my automation and so on. We've got a nasty Thumbcraft area here, and it does look like Thumbcraft taint kind of spreading, because I've been by this way before, because the village is right over there, and it's just seems to be moving out, spreading. I'm going to have to look into finding ways to cure that particular little problem, because I don't think it's a very healthy thing to have going on. especially since this is fairly close to spawn, and we wouldn't want that crap to spread there, would we? So I'm going to continue exploring, find a local spot, find a good likely spot, and see what I can come up with. Well, I've been looking around for quite a bit, and I think what I'm going to do is settle right in this area here. Specifically, right into the face of this hanging cliff. I think that's going to be the way to go. It gives me a good view of the surrounding area. It is itself an epic kind of scene. And what I'm going to end up doing is hollowing this thing out and building my machine base in here. Right here. And I'll be able to hollow, well, up a certain ways, down a little bit, and then back towards the back side of this mountain, where I will then be able to travel all the way down as far as I need to. So I think that's going to be where the machine base will be, where I'll have the machines and the automation and all the stuff that makes everything work. So I'm going to take some time, get some area hollowed out, and begin getting set up and get into a position to begin moving my machinery and power generation over here. All right, here we are. The beginnings of the machine base. I've replaced the cliff face with this marble stuff. A couple of obsidian pillars just for a little bit of counterbalance and so on. Iron door, obsidian pressure plates to handle that, so I don't need to be worrying about that. And the walls and ceiling in here are marble from the chisel mod.
Some mod or other is trying to read some file, and it's taking longer and longer to read these things, and it's really getting to be a problem. This little 9x9 room, 4 blocks tall, took me almost an hour and a half to carve out and put these wall blocks in the ceiling. It's that bad. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff off camera, and even that is going to be taking a while, because stuff just isn't wanting to work. And I'm pretty convinced that it is in fact a dying hard drive that is the problem. Anyway, the next step here.
Okay, I was going to try to get a bunch more done for this episode, but it has been 30 minutes since the last clip, and I have had 6 more complete freeze-ups and inability to do anything. So I've decided that I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to, while I still can, edit this thing and get it uploaded, and hopefully be able to do something somehow, some way, to get things fixed and working again, so that I can actually get real episodes made instead of admittedly lame BS like this. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out.